Now it's time for the show.
Do this look like work to you? Nah. Looking at the lights like it's all of this for me. Everyone tonight is here. All of this for me. Hands in the air, yeah. All of this for me. Bottles over here. All of this for me. All of this for me. All of this for me. Light fast, light flash. All of this for me. All of this for me. All of this for me. Bottles bringing bottles here. All of this for me. You for real?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome back into another edition of the Rome Show. We might be calling this the Rome's Show soon. Joined again by my brother, Rocky Romanella, on the program this evening. It is November 24th?
Yes, it's November 24th.
It's November 24th.
By the way, I'm happy to be here. Great to see you, too.
We got you all the way up until the 8 o'clock hour. You know the Rome Show. You know the deal. You can get us on Twitter, at Coach Romo24, at Coach Rocky917, at Wide World of Rome. I mean, so many ways. Get on the Facebook, Andrew.Romanella. Simple and easy. I also shared it on the Wide World of Rome page as well. So you can get it there. And, of course, all day, every day. I mean, every day I tell you this. It's your choice to do it. But all day, every day, you can call into the show, 609-807-2492. And it looks like we're sporting a new logo today. I kind of like it.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to the All Out Angels. That's the show on from 6 to 7 that happens right before us.
I really like their logo.
I do too. Really creative. Much respect to the All Out Angels. One, for their show, but also two, for the nice logo that now we get to sport during our show. So the Rome Show with a little flair on this Monday evening. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really am doing great.
You know how I can tell?
The New York Rangers came back for 4-0 on Saturday night.
I'm not even going to get into it.
And I'm really, really pumped about it.
I can tell that you're doing great because you talked this time when I asked you a question. You didn't one-word answer me.
Listen, I'd like to go back to the videotape. I don't know if I just don't think you set me up to respond.
Well, we might run this. Oh, our logo's on. We want to run this up the poll, I think. Okay. But I think based on the reviews we got from the show last week, and if you didn't listen to it, you can go to the Rome Show podcast, okay, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify. The fans really like you.
Really? That's exciting.
I think they want you to be a consistent member of the show.
Well, listen, that'd be cool. Listen, if they were saying I sucked, then,
we probably wouldn't have you here right now. That's probably facts. So, people, all right, let us know. Maybe we'll throw it on the polls. He's probably going to be here whether you tell us yes or no anyways now, but you can absolutely run it up the poll and let us know. Straight off the Rome today, November 24th, 7:05 p.m. at Hamilton Radio, Hamilton Radio Channel 2, hamiltonradio.net. I have to tell you that my Straight Off the Rome today, I am tired of hot takes.
Agree.
I'm so tired of hot takes. And one might say, Rock, well, Andrew, what do you mean by that? You are in sports. You are on a radio show that talks about sports. In theory, you're making hot takes all the time.
All day.
I'm not. At least I think for the most part.
I think we try and
bring logical thought
to
something we're going to say.
We try and minimize the hot takes.
Right.
Warm takes.
And where it comes into play, and we've seen it, and we've probably done it a few times in the past too when we're talking about coaches, but like we want to fire dudes so fast.
I mean,
we don't give people a chance. If we don't see immediate success, it's over.
Who are you thinking about right now?
A lot of people are running through my mind. I'm just saying, I'm tired of the hot take. Like for 5 years we've been dealing with, yo, this is Tom Brady's last year. Is it though?
No.
No, but it's the hot take because you want to be the first guy, not you specifically, want to be the first guy that makes that statement.
I just think it's funny that Tom Brady was old 7 years ago.
Right. And he's 42 now. But that's
won 2 Super Bowls.
If there's been one thing on my mind in like the last week, and the Jets are a great example, you know, and I still don't think Adam Gase is going to be a great hire because I think that it's stupid that a month after you get fired from one job, you get a job in division with another. That's just a whole conversation I've ranted about before. But people were firing that man after 8 games.
I mean, yeah.
And now today, it's like, we might make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's like, how? How do we go from there? How do we get from that guy needs to be fired, we're 1-7, we suck, to, we got the Bengals, then we have the Dolphins.
The Bengals, the Dolphins. We could actually do this thing.
I legit listened to a guy call in today to the radio, and he said, I really think we can win that Baltimore game week 17.
There's no chance you win the Baltimore
But
game.
who
week
cares?
17, man.
But how do we get there? And it's because of hot takes.
You think it's hot takes? I mean, I just think that's pure passionate fan belief right there.
Oh my God! Because it's the same guy. It's the same guy that probably is a Yankees fan that wanted to fire Joe Girardi after being a successful coach for 10 years because of what he was thinking of in terms of, I'm a Yankees fan, I expect a World Series every year, not, man, every franchise ever in America would take Joe Girardi being their head coach for 10 years and the success he brought.
Yeah, but you're allowed to be like that if you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah, because that's what you're born into.
You got 27 world championships.
But they're another extremist fanship.
They're very extreme, the Yankees, the Yankees fans.
And
I agree with you. I agree with the hot take thing. Although, listen, if I'm a Jet fan, I'm pumped right now. We're going to the playoffs.
That's what it feels like. Hey, people are even saying hi to Rocky. Someone said, yeah, keep Rocky. Let's go.
Oh, thanks. Listen, fanship. I appreciate
Mike
it. Listen,
Alfieri.
I don't have the motor skills that are good enough to also type and talk at the same time. So I'll go through Andrew, but we appreciate it. I'll check it out after.
So essentially, if you do tweet at us or anything else, it's if I don't see it in the hour that we're here, it's probably not going to be said on the
Yeah,
air.
you're probably right. But you know what you can do if you want to talk to me and get a response? You should probably just call 609-807-2492, and then we can actually just chat.
He's learning, people. He's learning. It's fun, right?
Listen, I'm learning from the best.
It's more fun. I appreciate
I'm
that.
learning from the best.
It's more fun when the people call in. And, listen, I'll take your hot take call-ins. I might tell you you're stupid. But you can call in with the hot takes.
I would love. I could debate.
I would love
hot
a
takes
few
all day.
debates on the hot take. So before we move off straight off the room, because we have a lot to get into today. I know we're going to get into some New York sports a little bit. I know you want to talk about the Rangers. We'll get to the hockey. Let's do this hockey. All right. We got a lot of fans that wrote in. We have some Thanksgiving questions that A, might have been run up the poll and B, might have been texted in.
Wow.
So that's some stuff we need to get to.
Okay.
Rumor on the street in our production meeting was that you have some deal or no deals.
I do. I have really good deal or no deals.
So
hopefully get your blood boiling.
You enjoyed that segment. So, Rube, and I know you can talk to me, Ruben, probably sometime around 7:40, we might be doing deal or no deal. So if you have some music you want to throw on in the background, we wouldn't mind it. So, maybe about 7:40, we'll be doing some deal or no deal. So we got a lot on the docket.
And if we get a couple more Facebook shares, Howie Mandel may come into the show.
Yeah, so we might have suitcases live and maybe a ticket giveaway, but you'll hear about that all probably around 7:54. Anything off your Rome before we move forward?
I think that I'm really enjoying the hockey right now.
You might be the only one.
I may be the only one in America, but I'm really enjoying the hockey right now. I think that the New York Rangers are getting me really excited. And I also think that it's probably due in part to the fact that the New York Giants are aggravating me.
Yeah,
so
100%.
much.
So now you're just locked in, and you're not a basketball fan.
No, I can't. It's the playoffs, maybe?
Yeah, which is most people,
College?
I think. Which is most people, I think. But the hockey, and we've debated about this a millions of times, and I wish that people saw hockey from the vantage point that you saw it, which is the type of game it is, the flow of the game, the excitement, the fun things that happen.
Sometimes I like that it's exclusive, though.
Yeah, but a lot of people have told me that too, but I just feel like it's about just giving something a chance.
Yeah.
Like, if you just were able, it's like watching the first season of Game of Thrones, okay? You watch the first 5 episodes of Game of Thrones, and you're like, what the hell am I watching? But then all of a sudden, in episode 6, you're like, I could get into this. I kind of know what's going on. And you end up watching all 8 seasons and being a Game of Thrones fanatic, right?
And then they kill Ned Stark. Ha
And now you're locked in because you got to find out what happens. Little do you know, it sets up all 8 seasons. But with hockey, I feel like it's the same thing. You give hockey 5 games, and I argue that one of them needs to be in person. You can't go. You give all 5 on the television. I don't think that's doing it its justice.
No.
But you give it 5, and then you can give me an honest assessment about whether or not you like the sport. Because if you're somebody that comes to me and says you like basketball, and you can't even fathom enjoying hockey, that's what I don't understand. Then you really don't know if you gave the sport enough of its
Then maybe it's just
time.
not for. Maybe it's just not for them.
True. But would you agree that you need the 5 games?
But here's the thing, too. Well, yeah, you definitely need 5 games because why not? And you'll probably see 3 to 5 fights, which is cool, and you'll probably see 10 to 15 goals and maybe a shootout, which will definitely keep you coming back for more.
Yeah.
But
do you do 3-on-3 in the regular season too?
oh yeah,
The overtime?
3-on-3 only in the regular season and overtime. Best rule change ever. By the way, great back check from Quinn Hughes in Vancouver the other night. You should check it out. I tweeted it at the Wide World of Rome.
Of course, because you're really trying to push hockey on this thing.
I'm just saying the guy, turned the puck over in the offensive zone and had an incredible back check and saved the game winner.
If 100 people are listening to this show right now, how many?
Zero people know what I just said. I just spoke a different language.
7.
Yeah, there might be 7.
7. 4 of them are related to us, but at least at least 7 know exactly what we're talking about. All right, that's just straight off the Rome today. Straight off the Romes, whatever you want to call it. It's been brought to you by VM Sports. It's going to continue to get brought to you by VM Sports. We're just letting you know the engagement we've been promoting for the last 2 weeks has changed. So I urge you to go to vm-sports.com to check that out. And then when we get it tied up with what we're going to get going moving forward here with the Rome Show, we'll have that back for you. Okay, it's your New York sports time. Okay, because I know you said the Giants are frustrating you.
Oh my gosh.
And I told you I wanted to talk a little bit about the Jetropolitans, and I gave you a little bit in the straight off the Rome. All right. Is it that bad that you don't even want to watch the Giants on Sunday?
It's bad because you lost for 6 years before Gettleman took over.
So you're saying it's almost like you haven't gone past square one in 6 years.
It's hard to get excited about the young talent because you're so frustrated for losing for 8 years in a row.
Yes.
So you forget the fact that Gettleman and Jerry Reese is probably the first guy to blame right now. You forget that he's the guy that set this whole thing up.
100%.
Right? You have a running back, which I don't think is utilized properly right now. But
Also
that's
agree.
a conversation for another day. By the way, hot take, fire Pat Shurmur.
Yeah. Is that a hot take, though?
I mean, it's 2 years in, so it might be a lukewarm take.
It is definitely lukewarm, but that's a rabbit hole. But he hasn't. It's not like he's done a good job. Finish your point.
And then I'm just gonna say, Daniel Jones is exciting. He is exciting. He can't. Listen,
Not utilized well enough either.
Tiki Barber used to fumble too, and then he won it. And then he stopped.
Yeah, he didn't win a World.
He didn't.
You thought you were gonna say Super Bowl.
Yeah, I thought I did, but then I stopped because I remembered he didn't.
He didn't. But he had a great career.
Which makes me nervous about the fumbling. But
You
he's still
think
exciting.
It leads to not Super Bowls because Eli Manning threw a lot of interceptions and he won you 2 of them.
By the way, Eli Manning did not throw more interceptions than his brother, Peyton Manning.
Really?
Lifetime. Yes.
That's a Romolytic right there.
That is Romolytic. By the way, Brett Favre, everyone thinks is a Hall of Famer, leads the world in interceptions.
It's true, and only had 1 Super Bowl.
So get off Eli's interceptions.
I agree. But did you know? And you might know this, but if you didn't, I'm letting you know. So #DYK. Excuse me. Did you know?
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha.
Got it. Okay. That this is the first time in the history of the New
this is
York
so sad.
Football Giants franchise history that they have gone winless in the months of October and November.
That is just terrible. Those are like the purest football months there are. Like
the most important.
There are no more pure football sports in the world. Like October, November, like the leaves are getting brown. Like it's getting
It's football season.
Yeah, that's right. Like it's muddy.
Yeah.
If you're in Chicago, but
Yeah.
nowhere else.
If you're in 5 stadiums,
or if you're playing at Wembley or Azteca
I
Stadium
was
in
just-
Mexico City, you're
never
playing on
happening
grass
again.
still. But anyways, yeah, it's that's a terrible stat.
it's bad.
I tell you what, and if Rex Ryan didn't ever go to the Jets, I'd probably be like happy for the Jets right now. But I just hate them because of like what happened.
So does that exist because everyone knows by now, and if you don't know on the Rome Show, and if you want to give your feelings on the Giants, 609-807-2492 phone lines are open. Is it the same for the Jets and the Giants in terms of like hatred for each other? Because like you share a stadium. Because like as a Mets fan, and you got your Mets World Series 2015 shirt on right now, as a Mets fan, it's like born into us to not like the Yankees just simply because they're the Yankees. Does that exist inside of a Giants fan with the Jetropolitans?
I mean, I think sometimes some people are pretty crazy about it. I really don't care, actually, because like the Jets are never going to be better than 9-7. At least the Giants have a chance to figure it out. Like the Jets will never figure it out, so it's okay. So
It's like the Cleveland Browns series. Well, they're the Browns.
Yeah.
So they're the Browns.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, and as a baseball fan, you and it's like the Patriots. You have to respect the lifetime achievements of the
Yes,
Yankees,
100%.
right? Because ultimately,
27
everyone
championships.
wants that for their franchise.
Yes,
right.
100%.
So there's that. And by the way, I just hate the Phillies more than I hate the Yankees.
That's funny, though. That's fair. And you probably hate the Eagles more than you hate the Jets or even the Cowboys or the Redskins.
Yeah.
So I think it falls more on the line of New York and Philly than it necessarily does like New York, New York.
You're not in the same league,
Right, and it's Philadelphia.
in which no one likes.
Like if we ranked sports fans, 609-807-2492 if you want to rank sports fans. Do you even take them out of the bottom three? In any
Never.
sport? In any sport.
Never.
Right. And I don't even know if I'm in
I heard the Philadelphia Union fans
great
are nice.
fans.
I heard they're nice.
the Philadelphia
guys.
Soul
Yeah.
has a really good fan base as well.
They're good.
But do you put the New York fan above the top? Because where does the New York fan rank in that?
The New York, you know what? The New York fan isn't actually the high on that list because there's
I agree.
it's just not that pure.
No.
It is because, you can go. The cool thing about a New York fan is that the Knicks and the Rangers, no matter how good or bad they are gonna be pretty much a sellout every game. So like that's respectful, right? But when you look at Boston,
Right.
when you look at Seattle,
Los Angeles.
Seattle, LA, I feel like LA is like New York. It's a little
Wishy-washy?
It's saturated, and they're very fair weather.
Yeah, it's true. It's based on how good their team is.
Yeah,
100%.
they have and listen, I get it, but
You're right. That's fair.
and then I just think the small market in professional sports right now is where you want to be.
Yes. Because now that television contracts exist, you don't need to be in a big city to get the money you want to get as a player.
Go through every major sport right now. Okay, so start in hockey. So yeah, I want to play in Nashville.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wanna play in
That's
Nashville.
where everyone wants
Right.
to go. So then
It's
you,
loud. It's great. Like
100%.
I'd even play in Calgary.
But then wouldn't you then flip that to the NFL franchise? Because aren't the Titans right there?
So no, see, I think the example in the NFL is Seattle.
How
I
so?
would consider Seattle a small market.
Yeah, you're right. Is it though? It's probably a top 10.
You think?
I mean, I feel like it is.
We should definitely look that up.
Yeah, we might want to look that up. We'll get back to the people on that one. But I get your point, though.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, like Kevin Durant made his name in Oklahoma City. Then he
That's a great example.
went from Oklahoma
And
City
Golden State
to-
Warriors.
which is San Francisco, which
Yeah.
people don't. That's not what people
It's
associate.
not San
California.
Francisco. It's actually Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yeah, right. That's right.
2.5 hours past
Yes,
San Francisco.
That's right. And then he goes to Brooklyn, which is supposed to be, in theory, the small market compared to the New York Knickerbockers. That man's going to make over $100 million in his career and never play. And I know you can consider Brooklyn the major market. I get it. But
It's a snub. It's a snub.
100% compared to what it would be if you're playing in Madison Square Garden with the Knickerbockers. That's just facts.
No, you're right.
It's just facts. He's going to make that all in his career. LeBron James played 75% of his career in Cleveland. In Cleveland. And
But
he's
that's
made,
where he was from.
but you get what I'm saying. though.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
yeah.
He
No,
could
it
have been
doesn't.
from Wyoming, and he could have played for the Wyoming whoever's.
Yes.
And he'd still made the same amount of money.
Yeah.
It's all about the television.
Well, basketball is all about themselves.
Yeah, it's true.
Television has nothing to do with basketball.
It's true.
It's all gear.
So then, back to the original question, which got us down this rabbit hole, right, of fanhood and stuff like that. Much like, okay, the Mets and the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
In theory, the Rangers and the Devils, but more so the Rangers and the Islanders, I would say, right? In terms of like battle, because the Devils suck the last 5 years.
but the Devils Rangers I always felt was I felt like they each had a different everything. They have different rivalries.
But they exist.
Yeah.
I guess then. So my point, and final question would be, do those exist in other states with the same situation? Like, are we looking at California and saying, like, how badly do Angels fans and Dodgers fans really hate each other?
Well, they don't mix because they're not even in the same town. It just says it
It's
in their
so
name.
dumb.
There's that. I'd look to the White Sox, White Sox and the Cubs.
Okay,
Like, I wonder what that's like.
Oh, well, I heard, and that one I apparently, because that's cross town rivals.
And then you've got to look at the Athletics and the Giants, probably
Right.
in baseball.
Which, okay, that's a good one.
I would say that one more so than L.A. and Anaheim,
Agreed.
because it's always been L.A. and Anaheim.
It hasn't been LA and LA.
No.
Yes, 100%.
Right? And literally, there's just a body of water that separates the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants.
And because of the success of the Giants.
it's actually like a bridge.
That's true. And because of the success of the Giants and the Dodgers, you end up having more of a rivalry there because they've actually been in, like, playoff battles against each other.
Now, here's what I will say. There are some unique ones, too, though, because, like, if you go to Buffalo, you've got the Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Right. And that's not the same state. It's not even the same country,
No.
but its proximity gives you the same feel.
Well, it does, and it has to have some crossover because a lot of Toronto residents are Bills fans.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Right, and then Buffalo people are fans of the Blue Jays.
Right. So, but you know where this doesn't exist? Florida.
Yeah, no one cares.
No one cares. Like this
Rays, and who I don't even know who the other and Marlins,
Rays,
and Marlins.
Dolphins, Buccaneers,
and
the real
Jacksonville
juicy-
Jaguars too. There's 3 teams in Florida.
And that's, I mean, there's only what? There's one basketball team, one hockey team.
No,
there's
Miami
two.
Heat, Orlando Magic,
And then there's the
Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Florida Panthers.
And this doesn't exist.
Why are
at
there
all.
so many professional teams in
But
Florida?
no one cares down there.
because there's no state income
It's
tax.
probably 100%.
So
why.
all those players get more money with less fans.
And since they're besides Tampa Bay and Miami with few of its runs in terms of basketball, like, I mean, that's another state where you look at it, it's like, man, like
What state?
Florida.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, we're still on Florida. I just spaced out.
Moving on. No, I think you're right though, because it's almost like sometimes the proximity matters, but more so than anything else, it's just like, what's the history of this been? Like Notre Dame, Michigan, for example, right? Or even USC, Michigan, like battles like that.
USC Notre Dame has one,
There you go. I mean,
which is just really USC UCLA, which is sweet.
true, 100%.
The college probably has.
Well,
it.
I think college has it more. So, like, you have the Red River rivalry. You have,
Well, you got one this weekend too. You got Auburn, Alabama.
Yep, which
That's
is
a big one.
I mean, one of the biggest. Of
Michigan,
Some
Ohio
dude
State today.
poisoned
this
like
weekend.
a 150-year-old tree one time because of Auburn, Alabama.
Wow, that's aggressive.
It's very aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. Think about that.
Listen, if you are thinking of a city, or if you're thinking of a same city rivalry like Andrew and I are talking about, you should probably call us at 609-807-2492. You're listening to The Rome Show.
Rome Show. We're taking you all the way up to the 8 o'clock hour. I'm Andrew Romanella. That's Rocky Romanella. To the right of me. And after the 7:30 break, when we hear from our sponsor, Mr. Titan, the Lugnuts, we got some fan interactions. We have some Romalytics. We have a special version of Deal or No Deal, and we're potentially giving away football tickets next week.
Football or football?
Football.
Oh, awesome.
But I did one time or another rant about women's soccer on this show. It was probably one of my first shows. And I did say on that show that I would make an effort to go see a women's soccer game
Let's go, man.
professionally. And I didn't.
Well, let's go.
So we need to fulfill that.
I'm in.
So that can still be on the docket, though. So maybe we'll give away football tickets and then find a way to go see a football game
I love it.
on behalf of the Rome Show. Get us Twitter and the Gram at Coach Romo24, at Coach Rocky917. If you go up to the Gram right now, they've been up for about, close to 20 hours or so. Put a bunch of poll questions up on the Coach Romo24 Gram story, and we're going to get some of those answers on the back end. But in the last, 5 minutes, I don't know if people are getting excited about the Rome Show. I don't know if people are just, super pumped up, but we got, 35 votes in the last 20 minutes before the show.
Outstanding.
We got a few more write-ins. We got some text message write-ins.
Wow.
So the people are tuned in. Before we get off the New York sports, and
We didn't even stay on the New York sports, so we apologize for that, but that's okay.
I mean, you don't realize how long we end up talking on this thing.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it's right. You don't even realize it. But
As long as the people appreciate our rants, we're good.
So off the Adam Gase topic and on the actual football team of the New York Jets. Okay. Jokes aside. Jokes aside.
You got to be excited if you're a Jets fan.
They have to be, right? And so I don't want to talk almost as much about the Jets as I want to talk about what has to go on. And this can be from your coaching standpoint. This can be from your leadership standpoint. This can be from any standpoint in terms of experience in your life, okay? What goes on in Adam Gase's office, in his mind, in the locker room that gets a 1-7 football team? I don't care who your opponents are. It doesn't matter if they're the worst teams or the best teams in football. What gets a 1-7 football team to keep playing hard, to keep fighting, and to win 3 straight football games? And as crazy as it may seem, get the fan base super stoked for what is the remainder of the Jets season.
You beat the New York Giants.
Say that again?
You beat the New York Giants.
There you go. That's it?
That's what they did.
But I said, what is the coach? That's my question to you.
No, I'm just kidding. But the coach, I mean, it's a great way to get out of a streak is play the Giants.
Yeah, if you're every football team in the league.
I'm listening. The Chicago Bears, last in the league in chunk plays, probably had 10 yesterday. They're probably going to be great at it for the rest of the season. Anyways, if you're Adam Gase, the way you get out 1-7 is the GM comes out and says, "Listen, I'm going to announce to everyone that you're going to be the coach next year because I need to get this press off my back. But by the way, if you lose another game, like I'm going to fire you at the end of the year."
There's no way. No
Why?
way.
Why not?
But that's not what he says to. I think you're missing my point here.
All right. So, I honestly don't know if it's Adam Gase from a leadership standpoint as much as it's probably Sam Darnold from a leadership standpoint,
Right.
and then I would say it's Adam Gase like deciding to call plays that are for Sam Darnold to kind of like
Yes.
fulfill his
Well,
destiny of being a good quarterback.
And I think the rumor too is that like Sam Darnold went into Adam Gase's office and he's like, "Hey, listen, I don't like these plays. I like these plays. Let's have a conversation about what's going on with our playbook right now." And listen, I came on here and I was amped that the Dolphins got their first win against Gase and the Jets. I was pumped, right? But the fact of the matter is, you can't be losing to the Miami Dolphins.
No.
Like, if you want to be a relevantly good football team, you cannot be losing to the Miami Dolphins, especially this year, when they came out and essentially told everybody, "We're going to stink." And that's it. We're actually going to keep stinking and sell more people off as the year goes on. So after that happens,
Bold strategy, Cotton.
I think it kind of did come down to your point originally, is Sam Darnold woke up and was like, "All right, I got to take control of this football team."
Yeah, and I think, I mean, listen, you're probably starting to see what he was drafted for. I mean, that's exciting.
Yeah. I mean, and I think if you're a Jets fan, you do have reason to be excited.
And he's from USC, though, so I don't know if it's going to last.
Well, that's, is it crazy that it's like almost like by association you feel negative about his ability to succeed?
Who's the best USC quarterback of all time in the NFL?
Best USC quarterback of all time.
It's probably someone we don't even know.
Probably someone
Because it's not Matt Leinart, and he's the most notable.
It might be Mark Sanchez.
It's not. He's the most notorious. Or
Is he though? Yeah,
he's probably got the most
fumble.
He's got the most YouTube views.
Yeah, 100% the most YouTube. Him and the cat.
Yeah,
The cat that
exactly.
broke the internet. That guy.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put it into the Google machine right now.
Yeah, because I think, but ultimately, yeah, Sam Darnold, you probably didn't get his best in weeks 1 and 2, and then he had mono,
True.
and now he's healthy.
And they're playing better. So yeah, the ranking the 10.
I would put it more on, but I would put it more on Sam Darnold than I would put it on Adam Gase for the positive reasons.
All right, let's see. I got a list up of the 10 best USC quarterbacks of all time. So if these are the 10 best of all time, one of these has to be what would be the best NFL USC quarterback of all time.
Yeah, you would think.
So it's probably not Pete Beathard
Don't know him. Move on.
because
It's
doesn't even-
1962. It's
Yep.
okay.
Or Rob Johnson.
Nope.
Mike Ray. Mark Sanchez,
Wow,
number
number
7.
7.
Sanchez performed during the 2008 season. Blah,
But he
blah,
only
blah.
played 16 games, maybe. Maybe he played 12 in college.
But I think this is because of his standing in the NFL.
Okay. Next.
John David Booty. Wow. Yeah, I remember him.
I do. Oh, I remember his name, but I can't remember him like doing anything for some reason.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that good. All right. Rodney Pete next.
Nah, that sounds familiar. Like he was someone important.
85 to 88.
I think he actually had a good NFL career.
But he didn't play in the NFL.
No,
right.
guess
So right
not.
now, Mark
Sorry,
Sanchez,
USC.
Paul McDonald,
Don't know him.
Pat Hayden,
Nope. My football knowledge is pretty poor, I guess. Carson Palmer, there he is. He's
There
the
he is.
best.
Carson Palmer.
He's the best. That's my choice.
or Matt Leinart.
Palmer's the best.
You think?
Palmer was better than Matt Leinart.
So yeah, it's
Carson got good at the end, though, right? Carson got good at the end.
He did when he
He had a
was with
funny
Arizona.
stint on Hard Knocks when he was with Cincinnati. Was it? Where did Carson Palmer play before Arizona?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, he had a funny stint with like the Gatorade dude.
Yes, I
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he won some hearts over, and then he threw some bombs in Arizona.
So you have Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, and Mark Sanchez as the top 3 USC quarterbacks of all time.
That's not a good fate for Sam Darnold.
But and if you think about it,
He could become the best NFL quarterback ever to come out of USC.
and yet he only played 1 season at USC.
That's right. And listen, he plays for the Jets, so he'll never be better than 9-7.
That's a great point. Wait, did he only play 1 season at USC? No.
No,
he
no. Sam Darnold
started all
played 2, I
3.
think. Yeah, I think 2 or 3.
At least. Easily.
It
at
wasn't
least.
1.
It wasn't 1.
We might be
he was
wrong.
one of those people that had like a great first year, a not so great second year, and like one of those third years, and then everyone's like, oh my God, when do we draft him? I have no idea. Then it was like, oh my God, the combine, he's really, really good. And then it was like, oh sure, we'll take him 3rd overall. And now you're just waiting to see what happens. And it goes back to last week's Rome show. I ain't making a judgment until 4 years in.
So what's your hot take on Sam Darnold?
He's going to be a great quarterback. And it's not that hot.
If he loses next week, are you going to say he's going to suck?
No. Because I've been...
Because 4 years.
Yeah, I'm not saying A. And B, does everyone realize, and I don't think people do realize this, Sam Darnold didn't start his 16th game in the NFL until this season. So it's not like he came in this year with a full year of starting like Daniel Jones. In game number 3 next year, you're going to expect to see a different quarterback because he's going to start 14 straight games to end the year. Sam Darnold didn't do that. He started, he didn't start, and then he started again. And that's facts. So I'm book still out. Maybe I'll give him an extra year because of that.
So, and to conclude, we both agree that it's Sam Darnold, not Adam Gase, that's leading this team.
Facts, 100%. This is the Rome Show here, November 24th. I don't know why I keep forgetting the date. November 24th. It's my favorite number. November 24th. It's
a good day.
2019. It's 7:33. Rube, tee up, tighten the lug nuts. We're about to take a break right here. It's the Rome Show. Listen, on the back end of this break, you need to remember the phone number. It's 609-807-2492. If you're watching on Facebook, the phone number literally pops up there. Feel free to dial in. Tune in on the Facebook, write your comments, get us on the Instagram, the Twitter, the whole deal. Andrew Romanella, Rocky Romanella. We're going to pay some bills, and we will be right back. Are you looking to become a better leader, whether that's in business, in sports, or in life? And you haven't found a book yet to help you get to that game-changing aha moment? Well, we have the book for you. Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership. Tighten the Lug Nuts will help you get to that game-changing leadership moment. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and iBooks, or at 360managementservices.com. That's the number 360managementservices.com. Pick up your copy today and start changing your leadership styles. All right, we're back here on the Rome Show. Okay. And we're laughing because, and this is a great lesson. And if there are any kids out there listening to this, I don't care how old you are. Just
funny.
if you are a child and you think that you're never going to need your mom, okay, you're wrong. You're being lied to because our mother just texted us
Deb Rome.
letting us know that it is actually November 25th today. So all day,
Oh, dude.
we've been getting the date wrong.
30 days till Christmas.
That's exciting,
Right?
That's exciting, and on some of those fan write-ins, we'll get into
Yeah,
that. So
there you go.
it's a lie if you think that you don't ever need your mom, because even in the simplest of tasks, like when you have your own radio show and you're trying to tell people what day it is, sometimes you're still just wrong. And like a quick side note to that, if you ever lose something, just every time when you ask your mom if you didn't look in that spot, you most likely didn't look in that spot, and it's most likely in that spot.
Yeah, you pretended like you looked there, and then when she wasn't looking, you went back there, and you're like, crap.
Dang, it was actually in that spot. And it's like, and everyone's ever done that thing where they're like, did you find it there? And you're like, no, it was somewhere else in there, when in actuality, it was exactly where she thought it was. Deal or no deal?
Deal or no deal? So Andrew took a lot of pride in the deals that he brought to my attention. And he incorporated my favorite teams.
Love.
And ridiculous, outlandish deals that I said no to all of them.
Very fun.
So I've cooked up a couple of deal or no deals. And I have a special bonus fourth I don't know if it's a deal, but it's definitely a sweet scenario.
Oh, this is exciting.
So deal number 1.
All right.
Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry for Josh Rosen. So you get Ryan Tannehill back, but you acquire Derrick Henry.
Yes.
And you... Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't think Josh Rosen's the answer. So, like, if we're going to get Tannehill back, which we already know what Ryan Tannehill is, okay, under a new head coach, which might be beneficial for him, and get Derrick Henry, who has gained like 2,000 yards in the last 2 seasons combined, yeah, I'll take that.
Wow.
100%.
All right, good deal.
100%.
I'm glad.
Good deal.
All right, look at that. I'm a GM. Next up, Jack Hughes. We're going to go to the ice.
Okay.
Jack Hughes and PK Subban for Connor McDavid.
Deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Deal. Only not
Jack Hughes, by the way, who just picked first overall.
Yeah, and with I can't say the other one's name. Kaku.
Capo.
Kako.
Yeah.
There you go. Those two who went to the Rangers and the Devils, 1 and 2, are supposed to be literally like the next Crosby and Ovechkin. Like that's kind of what people are comparing him to. But I'm still trading him, probably because A, Connor McDavid already is that, and B, PK Subban's doing nothing for me this year.
Yeah.
He's playing terrible hockey.
I know.
And they've gotten not better. And this isn't a hot take. You probably know this is coming, but John Hines is getting fired.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
It's
Yeah,
happening.
for sure.
So I don't know why they're waiting.
Well, I tell you what, though. I mean, think about this. Last year, St. Louis Blues fired their head coach, Mike Yeo, 16 games into the season.
Yep.
Win the Stanley Cup.
So
maybe they should.
maybe we're this year's version of the Blues.
Someone's saying that about the Maple Leafs, but this is a whole nother conversation. We'll have to have a hockey minute.
Yeah.
Next up for you.
Okay.
I can't even keep a straight face for this one. So, Yoenis Cespedes and Jerry's Familia for a bag of baseballs. And a fungo.
So I get a fungo.
You get a fungo and a bag of balls for Yoenis Cespedes and Jerry's Familia.
How many baseballs are in the bag?
You have it's a full bucket.
Full bucket.
Yeah, for full BP.
Which will generally run you about 36 balls. And a fungo, for those of you that don't know, is a coach's version of a bat to help them hit fly balls and ground balls. So 36 baseballs in a bucket, fungo, for Cespedes and who?
And Jerry's Familia.
Done.
Yeah.
Over. And honestly, you can skimp me on the baseballs. I don't care. Just get rid of these guys. You can skimp on the baseballs. I just need the fungo. That's all.
That's amazing.
That's it. You got one more? Is this the bonus round?
So bonus round, and all right. So you could either have.
By the way, Dad's going to hate this whole segment.
Yeah. The Mets win 5 World Series, and the Dolphins win 1 Super Bowl,
Okay.
but the Devils will never win a Stanley Cup again.
Mets win 5.
Would you take that deal? So the rest of your life, the Mets will win 5 World Series, and the Finns will win a Super Bowl, but the Devils will never win a Stanley Cup again. Would you take that deal?
I like this spin on Deal or No Deal, by the way.
Do you?
Respect.
Cool.
I would take the deal. I would take the deal. I would take it. Because, like, here's the deal. I've seen 3 Devils championships already, okay? 95, which there's some speculation. Some people, probably including yourself and our family, believe that's the reason why I'm a Devils fan. But I got to see 2000. I got to see 2003. I watched them go to the Stanley Cup in 2007. I've been to a Devils Stanley Cup game in person in California. You were there. I've had all that. I can't deal with Mets heartbreak any longer. And if you're telling me that I get 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 Mets championships
5.
in my lifetime,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Devils. I am. You're the only New Jersey team that I root for, and I'm a New Jerseyan by born trade. I got to take the deal. And plus, I get to celebrate the Dolphins. That's great.
I know.
Who would have thought that was going to be thrown into the deal? I'm in. Give me that deal right now.
I like it.
Where do I sign up?
I'm going to sign with you because it's beneficial to me.
Honestly, and I would take it. I might take it a step farther. I don't know if I'm ready to put this in the pot yet, but I would almost say I would take. No, I wouldn't do it.
I thought about
I would
lowering
say,
it.
my coaching career
No.
championships.
I thought about lowering it to 3 World Series, but because I was originally just going to go 5 World Series, no Super Bowl.
Okay.
But then
You got
But I
really
wanted to
excited.
make sure that you said the Devils will never win again.
That's all. That's you. Just it's hockey. Just all. It's why you're wearing your Rangers hat.
I just think, well, they're playing tonight,
They are. I know.
so
Weren't we originally trying to go to this game?
no.
No, we're going trying to go to the
We're
next.
trying to go Saturday.
Saturday.
They play at the Devils.
All right.
1:00. We should go.
That was a good segment in Deal or No Deal.
That was.
I enjoy. I like the flip.
Did you like the bonus question?
bonus question? Deal or No Deal? Like if I don't know. Maybe this is a weekly segment. Maybe it isn't. But if we do it again, and we probably will regardless, I think some of those number 4 ones, I think those need to be in there.
I think they need to be in there more.
And maybe this does become a segment where you always ask. Because I do a lot of the talking on this vehicle.
I would listen. I'd love to run.
Maybe you could run it. Maybe we get with Ruben, get a little bit of the music that we can get in the background.
I think I need to do. It's going to be impossible for me to do.
Keep going, dude.
Oh no, you're good. Oh, I think it's going to be impossible for me to do like 3 serious ones. So I'm going to have to do like 1 serious one.
Yeah, it's not possible for you to do all 4 of those like legitimately serious. Not that any of those were legitimately serious.
You know what I'm going to do? Maybe I'll pay attention to this, like the week's hot takes, and I'll throw trades out there to mirror the hot takes that are taking over like our airwaves on sports shows worldwide.
And another fun add-on to this would be like doing it contract by contract. So like,
you want me to value in contracts?
No, like
skills, skills only.
Skills only. No dollar figures.
If money wasn't around, would you make this trade?
609-807-2492 if you want to get in on the Rome Show, taking you all the way up. Well, not all the way up till the 8 o'clock hour, about 7:55 or so, because we have another show coming in after us. And I would be remiss if I didn't give the Romo Sapiens their due. Okay.
Let's hear from them.
And let their voice be heard on the Rome Show. Okay, so first off, I have to say always, I appreciate all of the human beings that sign on to the Facebook. I feel like I see a new face, a new name every single week. And it's super, super appreciated. All that we ask here on the Rome Show is that you share it with a friend. You give it to them. Just tell, listen, 7 p.m. on a Monday. We're getting geared up for Monday Night Football, okay? Let me listen to the Rome Show for an hour. It's a good time. So we appreciate all of that. And over a combined, based on the 5 different questions I put out, over a combined 1,000 human beings with their eyes on these questions.
It's amazing.
I can't say 1,000 people wrote in. Now, I'd be a huge liar. But their eyes on the questions.
I tell you what, the Romo sapien population is growing. Yeah.
At a high clip. So we appreciate it. Keep sharing it. Keep doing your thing.
Must be that great stock market.
First TRS poll question. Okay. Will there ever be a non-QB MVP again in the NFL? And if so, who?
What'd the people say?
The first one really makes me laugh because it's from Felician University Baseball. Someone must have forgot to switch their account over. But it is Mike Thomas, baby. I agree. He's got over 1,000 yards already. He's got over 95 receptions. He might almost have 100 now in New Orleans. Dude's got a case.
I see you're Michael Thomas, and I'll raise you Christian McCaffrey.
Well, you got to let the rest of the people answer.
Well, you just set me up to respond.
Well, I want you to respond on Michael Thomas.
My bad. Well, I just did.
Okay. All right. I see you. This next one. Ciao, Coach Romo 24. Bel profilo si te va dai un occhio al mio. That's legit. If Jen Escosta could please time onto the show. I couldn't wait to read that one.
Who wrote that in?
ST_ability. I love it. Listen, Christian McCaffrey could be in the future if he can be as consistent as Sean Alexander and LaDainian Tomlinson.
What?
I mean, LT was an MVP, and so was Sean Alexander.
Those are 2 really good players.
And running backs that won the MVP. Their first running back to rush for 30 TDs and 2,200 yards.
Barry Sanders?
That's what they're saying. It's going to take that to...
When's the last time someone rushed for 2,000 yards?
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah?
Circa 2000
at least
14?
At least 10 years ago now, maybe?
No, Minnesota Vikings coming off the ACL injury. Maybe like 2014 or something like that. I'll look it up, but it was Adrian Peterson.
Teams just don't commit to the run like that anymore. No, but so it's never going to happen.
It's not, in my opinion, it's not 2,000 rush yards. It's 2,500 total yards.
Oh, yeah, all-purpose yards.
I think if you have
the world, thanks, fantasy.
And that's where, to your point, and we'll keep going here, Christian McCaffrey, single right in. I appreciate that one. Not sure exactly who, but I think the position would have to be a running back. So everyone's in agreement, besides Felician University Baseball, everyone's in agreement that it's probably going to be a running back. Most people like yourself say Christian McCaffrey But yet, we all know, sadly, it's never going to happen. It's always it's quarterback award. It's ridiculous, but it is.
I mean, but why not? I mean, you just gave 2 great examples from this season that could do it.
But I agree with it being able to be done. I disagree with the fact that it's going to happen because
Okay.
the people that vote aren't voting for non-quarterbacks. Correct?
Yeah, I think the election's rigged.
100%. TRS poll number 2. Give me your colorful opinion. This is always my favorite. Nicole M.
Colorful opinion on what?
Exactly.
Was it really that open-ended? Because I skipped this one because I was confused.
Nicole M. O'Neill, she interpreted it as purple. Her colorful opinion was purple.
Love it.
And for those, and Jen wrote in, was that Italian? Ha ha ha. Honestly, Jen, it might have been. Now that you say that, ciao.
I thought it was Italian.
It is. Now that I look at it, Jen, it might be. We might need to call on Grandma Angie on this one. So we'll get back to the Italian. Nicole wrote in purple. Slanovic, head basketball coach at FDU, great human. Thanksgiving food stinks. It's overrated.
Ah, wow.
Talk about a hot take.
I like it.
Wow. Would
It's
you
aggressive.
agree?
I mean, I don't go crazy for it.
Okay.
Now that we're deep frying, I get a little bit more excited.
Yeah, I have a quick deep fry question for you coming up in a minute.
Nice.
Let's talk about turkey. What else can we deep fry?
Everything.
And just a little
I think
backstory
no.
on that one.
We have double stuffed Oreos on the docket.
Yep,
We have
Pop-Tarts, apparently.
Pop-Tarts. We have cookie dough on the docket.
Cookie dough. The turkey.
The actual turkey.
The actual turkey.
Yeah.
And whatever else we could possibly find, probably.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of things going into that that pot.
In the Romanella family group chat, just so the Romo Sapiens have some backstory, we're deep frying our turkey this year. This is the second year where we're deep frying our turkey. Thanks to Rocky, right here sitting to my right, your left. And we were trying to figure out what we could deep fry. And literally the consensus was everything. Like, Rocky's joking, but he's not, because that's literally how we all feel. So we're trying to figure out and write it in, call it in 609-807-2492, what else we can deep fry. Besides, like, the Oreos, obviously the turkey. Jean Marie's idea was Pop-Tarts. She said she had those, and they were apparently really good. But, like, I feel like we're missing some really good items to deep fry. Like, can we deep fry marshmallows? Like, do they melt?
I'll probably deep fry Pat Shurmur if the Giants lose to the Packers on Sunday.
Moving on. Okay. TRS poll. This is a good one. Did you watch hockey this week?
Yes.
Okay. Let's find out the answer.
I'm the only one.
Wrong. 50-50 tie.
Stop.
Well, it's really technically 40-40. 16 said yes. 16 said no. 11 said, what is hockey? And 3 others said other.
I like it.
So really, you're like 40-40, 10.
It's a lot. We got a lot of hockey fans
10.
out there. I appreciate it.
Apparently. Okay, moving on. This is one of my favorites of all time. Do you believe in Christmas music before Thanksgiving? Do you want me to give you the responses before you answer yourself?
Sure.
Okay. You had 3 answers you could choose from. Hell yes, deck those halls. Hell no, those people are crazy. Just give me the fork and pass the bird.
Because it's Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is.
Got it. I think there were a lot of those.
60% said, hell yes, deck those halls.
Nice.
And then it was an even split. I'm doing the math in my head right now. 25 and 25?
Wow.
No.
Who cares?
Whatever it is. 20 and 20, excuse me. 20 and 20 said, hell no, those people are crazy, and just give me the fork and pass the bird. Where do you fall?
The music I'm good with. It's the lights that typically.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're like, if you get in your car and Christmas music comes on, you're completely okay with that. But if you drive by some dude's house with a blow-up snowman, you want to pop it.
No, I don't want to pop it. It's Christmas. I love it. But I'm just not putting mine up until Thanksgiving.
I agree with you. Listen, I'm 50-50, I think, on the year with this one. The only thing that I don't like is I feel like, why are we getting everything shoved down our throats so early? Like, I just feel like it doesn't give us time to enjoy the holiday season.
Listen, I mean, we're run by the internet, and the internet says, the internet says that we should be caring about Christmas in August.
I made this point the other day to somebody. I don't
So
know.
does Walmart, by the way.
I was just about to say that. It's what Target says. When Target puts it out, it means it's in season.
It's the
That's it.
internet, more specifically Amazon.
Agreed. And
Although
honestly,
with Amazon Prime, it's Christmas every day.
every day, because it just comes up the next day. Can I just give myself a little credit here?
Sure.
Just give me the fork and pass the bird.
No, I like that one. That was a good one.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
A lot more votes to that one than I really thought. A lot more deck those halls though. This one really went running away, and I didn't think it would. Is Home Alone a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yeah, about 90% of the voters said yes.
Yeah, of course.
My argument
is that even a debate?
Is the movie about Christmas or is it about them leaving their child at home?
Oh God.
Because nothing that has to do with.
No. Ruben, can we revoke Andrew's talking privileges for 60 seconds?
I'm just saying, like,
come on.
They go away for Christmas.
It's a Christmas movie.
All right. I mean, 6 people said no. I got to find out who those no's were.
Grinch.
Because it does.
That's who that is.
And then I had a special write-in. All right.
Oh, here we go.
From Mama Fizz. I'm going to give her the shout out.
Nice.
Okay. She said, topic, oven baked or deep fried turkey?
Deep fried.
And I know we've already answered this question, so I want to add to it. Okay. Because I think it's a fun question.
Okay.
Why deep fry over oven baked for you?
Shout out to the New York Giants tailgate crew. M2 will be there every Sunday, every home game. Unfortunately. Just kidding. It's actually the best part of the game. Anyways, but the boys at the tailgate, as you know, have been deep frying turkey at Thanksgiving every year. So the game closest to Thanksgiving, the home game closest to Thanksgiving, we do a huge Thanksgiving tailgate.
It's so good.
And it's literally full Thanksgiving. There's stuffing, there's sweet potatoes, everything that you imagine at a Thanksgiving dinner in a warm house is there.
Is there at the tailgate. And it's football.
And it's a deep fried turkey.
Yeah.
And that's the first place I ever saw it. And I always got to Thanksgiving like I just feel like the turkey I had in the parking lot was better than the turkey I'm having at this table.
And it's not because the turkey at the table's bad.
It's just less juicy.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's where it comes down to me. And I got to shout out Wayne O'Neal for the reason why I love the deep fried over the oven baked, because Wayne O'Neal literally made a mini one for me.
Yes.
And brought it to me. And I don't care if he had deep fried that the Thanksgiving before. It was still one of the best turkeys I had ever had. And we didn't have a deep fryer until you purchased. What was it, last year you deep fried the turkey?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
And I think this is the first time, though, at our family Thanksgiving, we're deep frying
Second
the turkey.
time.
So we were talking about how we should flavor that, maybe inject the
butter.
butter.
And then there's this thing called a brine. Cause of controversy
I
right
don't
now.
care, and we're done here with the fan write-ins. So, but what I was going to say about that was I don't care though if the fans keep writing in this week, because I want to know, and we're going to have a Thanksgiving recap next Monday. Okay, so one of my favorite shows is a Thanksgiving recap because you get to talk about all the food you ate. But I want to know, like, what's your opinion on that? Deep fried, oven baked? I mean, do you like Thanksgiving over Christmas? Do you say skip Thanksgiving, let's go to Christmas? I mean, like, I want all these colorful opinions. Coach Romo24, Coach Rocky917 at Wide World of Rome. Before we go, 2 things. Okay, the first one is Romalytics. Going to keep it quick. Really cool. Luka Doncic, okay, of the Mavericks in the NBA, through 88 games, has more points than Kobe Bryant, 2016. Wow. Kobe had like 900. More rebounds than Kevin Garnett, 725. And more assists than LeBron James, 585. The dude's 20 years old. That's mind-blowing.
I tell you what, that's really impressive.
Impressive.
It's funny. I mean, you don't really need college in basketball.
No. He went out, and he's an overseas example. 3 years professionally overseas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was the MVP of the league and the championship series the year before he was drafted into the NBA.
So I wonder if that's better than the D League.
I think it is.
I'll never call it the G League, by the way.
I agree. Although it's like almost like worse that they call it the G League.
Yeah, I know.
Bad.
That's a pretty powerful stat, though. Good for Luka.
So Luka Doncic, through 88 games, more points than Kobe, more rebounds than Kevin Garnett, and more assists than LeBron James. Listen, you need to tune in next Monday. We're going to be giving away Dolphins-Jets tickets.
Yes.
Okay? So tune in, 7 p.m., the whole hour of the Rome Show. Over the next week, we'll be tweeting it, we'll be Instagramming it, we'll be Facebooking on how you can enter to win those tickets. Who knows? It might have to be someone calling 609-807-2492 to win the tickets. But tune in next week for next Monday's show. You got anything for the Robo Sapiens before we get out of here?
Yeah, Rangers are up 1-0 at the first intermission. Brady Shea with the goal.
Weird, a hockey update. Thank you to the people that wrote in on the Instagram, on the Twitter. Thank you for everybody that tuned in on the Facebook. Thank you to Ruben, our producer, Hamilton Radio Channel 2. This is The Rome Show. That's Rocky Romanella. I am Andrew Romanella. Signing off until next Monday. Who the heck knows what the date's going to be, but we'll be here at 7 p.m. Peace.
Later. Nice.
Better leader, whether that's in business, in sports, or in life, and you haven't found a book yet to help you get to that game-changing aha moment, well, we have the book for you. Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership. Tighten the Lug Nuts will help you get to that game-changing leadership moment. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and iBooks, or at 360managementservices.com. That's the number 360managementservices.com. Pick up your copy today and start changing your leadership styles.